Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to my channel, and I am Nisha from Nisha's View, and of course I'm the Nisha in that. And on this channel we talk about fashion and we talk about photography, and today we're going to be back on the photography side. Yes, and we're going to be going still on this little series. I don't know if I want to call it a series, but we're just going to say it's a little series of how I do my headshots and how I set up my headshots for myself and for the clients that I have. So on today's video, I'm going to give you a little bit more behind the scenes with my beautiful model that I'm going to share. And yeah, we're going to give you a little bit more detail on the lighting and on my tethering, and yeah, and model posing and all that good stuff. So stay tuned and we're going to get right into it. All right. So first step, going to get right into it. So here is my camera. I use a Canon R6 for my portrait work, and I also use a 85mm lens. Here I'm just showing the tethering cable that I use. Again, it's a fast gear tethering cable that I use from my camera and hooks it up to my laptop here. And I use Canon has a software that comes with your camera, and I just use that for my tethering. And next up, I'm showing the hair light. In this case, it's not going to be a hair light, it's just going to be a headlight. It's a headlight, or a side light, or a hair light, however you want to use this particular second light if you're using a second light. But I use this as like a rim light. It gives a little shine on the side of the person, and for women mostly it lights their hair. And then I also used it in a later clip to light the backdrop. So this is just my settings here that I use, and I always start off with 1/64 power for my second light, because you don't want it too heavy, you don't want it too harsh, you don't want a lot of power for your second light. You just want that little kiss of light. So here I'm just showing my settings for, as you can see, B. That's my secondary light. So I'm just trying to get my settings correct for how much light I want, to come in on that second light. So I just keep messing with it. And 164 to 128 is usually where I start with that second light, 164 to 128. And here I guess I did 128. So here I'm just showing again how the tethering, how I can see my model, and then also seeing him in the tethering part of it. And there I'm just showing how that light is going to, how strong that light is and how powerful that light is. And this will let me know if I need to go up on the power or if I need to go down on the power. Just making sure that the light, do I need to change the light? It's too much on the side of his face, it's too harsh, it's too much. Here I'm just still messing with the light, trying to make sure that the lighting is correct, and again using tethering. So that helps me to see what I'm doing. Once I have my second light, the power and everything is good, I'm moving on to my main light or my key light. So what I normally do is I set my second light first. So my second light on channel B, I do all of that setting first. And then once I have that setting good, then I turn that light off and I start with my main light or my key light. So with that light, I want to make sure that it's good as well. So I need to make sure that the key light is good. And that's the only light that I'm capturing, you know, so that I can see if I need, how much power that I need for my key light. So here I'm just showing, I'm just turning on the light, and it's probably on the same light power that I used when I used it before. So it's 1/4, which I normally start with my key light with 1/4 power. That's usually enough. It's usually enough for me. I like it. So as you can see with me tethering, you can see how it is showing up, how the picture is showing up, how the light is showing up. So now we're ready to go. So I turn my second light on for my kiss of light, and then I have a main light going. So we're ready to start rocking and rolling at this point. What it's looking like when I take the picture, and then the final outcome of the picture. With this, I didn't, as you can see, the little bit of light that's hitting his head on the side, it's enough for me, right? And using that second light, it kind of, it gives separation from your backdrop and your subject. So that's another reason why you would want to use a hair light or, you know, a side light for that reason too. It's rocking and rolling. We're just shooting along, and, you know, I tell my client, you know, just be yourself, have fun with it, loosen up a little bit. I always play music when I'm doing the photo shoot because it just relaxes you, relaxes the model, relaxes, you know, you as the photographer. It just gets you loose, and you're ready to go, and you just have fun with it. And I love to capture moments that are in the moment. So those unexpected poses, that unexpected laugh or smirk or whatever it is, I like to catch it. And usually when you're yourself and you're comfortable, that's when your true self comes out. Telling him, oh, this is my model. My model is my husband. He's my husband. He's my, you know, everything, right? He's my lighting assistant usually when we're out. Yeah, he's my bag carrier. He's my driver. He's just everything for me, right? He is truly my assistant and my go-to person. You know, I'm asking questions. I bounce stuff off of him. So yeah, so here he's my model today. He's my model. So I'm just telling him, you know, how to pose, what to pose, and he's always being silly. So that's a given. He's just going to be him. And yeah, once I get the light right and get my settings the way that I want them, then, you know, it's just, we just having fun at that point. We just having fun. We, you know, letting it do what it do. So yeah. So that is basically, you know, again, like I said, once we get that lighting right, once we get everything the way that I want them to be, then I just let the person just be free and basically do what, you know, do what comes natural for them. And depending on what they're using these portraits for, then it will depend on what we're getting. If I'm going to do a waist-up shot, which again, is not typically your headshot, traditional headshots, but I like to take them anyway because, you know, it just adds to it. And it gives the client or the person, the model, whatever, some variety in their pics when they get ready to pick the pictures that they want, right? Games with the glass. I love props. So the more props, the better. I love it. I intentionally lowered the light, or intentionally lowered the power of the light. A more dramatic type of lighting, and just give a little bit more, a different look to the picture. And again, on these last pictures also, I turned the light to the backdrop so that we could light up the backdrop, and it create a vignette. So as you can see here in this picture, there's just like a vignette around him. And so that's where the light is coming from. It's coming from the second light. So I just did that. That's all I have for today. That's all I'm going to share for today. And stay tuned. Like I said, I got some more little things in the works that I'm going to share about my lighting. So again, I thank you all for watching, and definitely come back. Okay. Oh, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Stop watching. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload. I usually, I'm not gonna promise that I'm gonna have a video every week. I'm not. But just turn your notifications on so when I load one up, you'll get it. Okay? All right. Okay, so until next time, I'll talk to you then.